Oh hell yeah, baby, we're back. We're back with this here Hollow Knight boy. This Hollow Knight boy, not boy, construct thing. I don't know why I went down here, but that's the direction that I went at the moment. So, I'm coming back to this. I'm gonna call this series Let's Rave because it's just gonna be me raving about how much I love this video game. I don't have any particular plans on how I'm planning on beating it. In fact, I kind of decided before recording here that I just want to go play through it in the way that I would play through in a replay here. I'm not going to do anything fancy. Like, I'm not going to save up Geo and go buy the Lumify Lantern early or anything like that. I'm just going to go do the things in the order that I feel like doing them. Which is probably going to be like what most people's normal order is. Let's see. So yep, I got the boss, I got the Gru's mother down there, and unlocking Sly, which I probably should do at some point. You know what, I'll go ahead and just do that now. I'll knock that out now real quick, and then I'll go get the big boy taken care of, the big boss boy. Yeah. Since I last recorded, it's been a little while, real time since I recorded stuff. It's been about a week. I have begun progress on my video game. The game dev of it in earnest using Unity. It's been going really well. I'm really enjoying the process. Just gonna dance on this thing. Yep, until that happens. And oh my god. Oh, that was a quick one. Not a lot to report on that front just yet. I'm basically just implementing a lot of the beginning systems. You know what? I am actually going to cut the sound just a little bit. It was at 4 last time. I think that was just a little bit too loud. Cut it down to 3. There we go. I don't want the sound to be cut down too much because this game has beautiful music and very good sound design. It's just got everything's good about it. Christopher Larkin did such a fantastic job on all fronts on that. Yeah. Cool. And I can't go to Salubridge just yet, so I'm going to go over here and get Sly out of his little funk. Yeah, so I'm working out the systems on it. I've been keeping some dev logs for myself. Order, you oaf! You wield your nail like a club. Esme, how much deeper do we have to go? Oh, what? Who are you? I see. This old village. What a strange dream to have led me down here. If you hadn't found me, I don't think I would have ever awoken. I'm Sly. Usually, I live an uneventful life in Dirtmouth. The air in these ruins doesn't agree with me, so I'd best be getting back. If you return above, come and see me. I'm probably the friendliest face left there, and I can thank you properly for your good deed. You're exploring, then? Very brave. Plenty of courageous wanderers have been lost to the hunger of these old caverns. You have your nail, though, and I can tell just by the look that you know how to wield it. Cool. So I got one shopkeeper boy. Unity's a really good system to work with. It handles a lot of the boilerplate stuff for me, and I get to focus on the thing that I like doing, which is building systems. I had a good discussion with my brother about the project. He made a recommendation that I do some vertical slicing on it, which I could do from the standpoint of, I'm actually going to go in here because there is a little bit of free geo I can get. I could do that from the standpoint, so for those who don't know, a vertical slice is where you implement, not entire systems, but just like, you just basically hack in the base gameplay experience. So like, you don't optimize code, you don't do anything like, you kind of just, if you're a programmer and you're familiar with like, you sort of just hard code all the systems in, right? Hard code all the basic interactions in. Things are not modular. Oh, I've already been here. That's right. They're not designed to be flexed. It's just literally, inputs in, behavior out kind of thing. And I don't think I want to do that completely because I feel very strongly about what I want out of this first pass on it, even if it ends up changing over the long term. So I'm going to keep working at hacking out, like, right now I'm trying to get the mutation system in place, which I don't know if I've talked about Here, I'll take a couple of hits from this guy and get my my power up. There we go. There we go. Not that it helped a ton, but intentionally take hits to save time. And then I can get some geo up here as well. I should have gotten a glass of water. My throat's really dry. I do have this whiskey here. Ho ho ho. That'll help me out. That'll slake my thirst. You slake thirst and you sate hunger. What strange words those are. So yeah, I'm just sort of implementing systems. I have basic placeholder stuff for the 4 basic actions: jump, dash, attack, bite. I don't remember exactly how much I talked about the details of the game in previous videos and previous series, but you have 4 basic actions. You have jump, attack, dash, and bite, and those verbs are modified based on the abilities you get from eating enemies, which is sort of like a very Kirby-like thing to do. But whereas in Kirby, it affects your whole steez. In my game, it only affects the one verb, and very temporarily. So you, like, the way your character behavior is modified is a lot more fluid. And I have some ideas about how to make that manageable for the player, because obviously it'd be very difficult to read. I'll just take the damage, it's fine. You can get this guy down pretty quick, yeah, if you just go for it. Ugh. Oh, I'm a burpy boy. Eat this one hit and then knock these things into him. If you knock those things into him, it saves a lot of time. See how he just, like, popped right into the next phase there? I'll just get... Like, he's done. Like, this is it, so... You can, if you want to, and I'll try and give it a shot here, you can lock him into continuously just getting broken instead of doing that and finishing the fight. But it's a lot easier if you have the Fury of the Fallen equipped. Blah, 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 blah. You can also skip that fight too. If you, after he does the first slam, you can break the wall in the top here. Actually, I'll just gotta show you. You can skip the fight, which means you don't get the city crest, which means you can't go to City of Tears. Oh, I can't make the jump now. It means you can't go to City of Tears for your sort of first when the game branches. During that branching point, you can't go that way. But that's sort of an advanced strat. You probably would not do that. Oh yeah, I love this little guy. The head of his mace is actually a little bug that gets up and starts walking away. Sorry. Here, you were going that way. I'll let you go. I'm not trying to bully you. Yeah, so the basic concept of this game is that, not of Hollow Knight, of the game I'm working on, is that you have your 4 basic verbs, and those verbs get modified consistently on the short term, and the use of those modifications is helpful to overcoming the obstacles around you. Not necessarily mandatory. In I think most cases they will not be strictly mandatory, but like like for challenges and for sort of like jumping puzzle type stuff, there'll be a little bit of flexing going on there. Oh, who is that creeping out of the darkness? My, you're looking grim. A strange empty face and a wicked-looking weapon. Something important has drawn you down into Hollow Nest's corpse, but I won't ask what. Perhaps the reason you found me is because you need my help. Say no more, friend. I'm going to give you a gift. A nasty little spell of my own creation. It's just perfect for a little one like you. Oh ho ho! And then here. And now it's over 9,000. That's oh God. How old is that meme at this point? Consumed the vengeful spirit. That's a little bit rude, don't you think? Just fucking eating vengeful spirits like that. So now I have the fireball spell, which you can either use by tapping B, which is also your focus button, but I prefer to use the right bumper because it's just a little bit snappier. So if you talk to the snail shaman now, they'll like tell you, oh, hey, since we're friends, you got to help me out. But if you don't talk to them and talk to them after you've done the thing they want you to do, they're like, oh, aren't you special? So I'm going to do that because I'm a special boy. Such a special boy. Bonk, bonk, bonk. And there's a couple of minor secrets in here that I didn't even know about in my first playthrough. One of the things that I love about this game is because they didn't If you've watched my Axiom Verge playthrough, you may be familiar with my dislike of using map completion as a completion statistic. This game has this game uses item pickups, I think, which is a much better system. And most of the rewards, or many of the rewards, I should say, that you get are they're currency in some form, whether they're the items that you sell to the relic seeker Lem, or whether or not they're just geocaches. They're pretty consistently some form of geo. So like it doesn't affect your item completion, and so you probably would never notice. I'm doing this the slightly harder way. I can just blast them like that. So anyway, I stopped blasting. And that means that there's a lot of like fun little secrets. Like that's a secret up there. That is a what are they called? Like the dream trees or something. Once you get the dream nail. I just wanted the geo up here. Yeah, it means that like you don't have to get all of the little side paths and rewards that are here. They can just be fun little things for you to collect, on subsequent playthroughs or just extra little details. And I really like that because it meant that like even on my 5th playthrough, there was things I hadn't discovered yet. And it's not like I was like actively trying to miss stuff. There's just a lot of stuff in this game, Come on, give me some sugar, baby. There it is. There's the sugar. And then we want to get this over here because this is pretty good as a starter charm. Oh, there you are. I was watching over you while you slept and must have slipped away myself. I woke up and found you disappeared. You're a surprising one. Oh. Actually, I wanted to ask a small favor of you. You see, there is a certain creature lurking just above us in the heart of this temple. Oh, well, yet another surprise. You've slain that creature before I've even asked. I scarcely deserve such a friend as you. You're a marvel. Oh. And look, the gate between us is opened. Oh. I'm sure you're eager to move on. Farewell and have faith. Whatever you're seeking, it will find you. Oh. It's got I like his little hut there. Oh yeah, I gotta get that charm equipped. That's the one. Oh, I can do it if I want to be overcharmed. Which, nah, I'm not going to use this anymore. It's not really all that helpful. I have to... It's either helpful in the sense that in dire circumstances, it's useful, or I sort of like metagame it by intentionally taking damage to pick it up. And I don't really care about doing that. And I'm probably not going to be in a position where I am brought to 1 health because I'm, struggling. Oh, I'm so burpy. Oh my god. I should probably pick up the compass aware just for watchers who haven't played this game a million times and don't know where I am when I'm looking at the map. I just think that would be a kind thing for me to do, so I'm going to do that. I don't remember if I got 5 grubs or 4. No, let's see. No, I didn't get that one. I'll just go talk to the grub father, and then I'll head back to Dirtmouth real quick to go pick up that stuff. I certainly don't, from a gameplay standpoint, don't need to pick up any of this stuff. I'm just enjoying the process of picking up the stuff. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. Okay, I guess I only got 4. If you get 5, and there are 5 in the beginning here. I don't remember where the last one is, but if you get all 5, you get, he gives you the first non-geo reward, which is a chunk of mask, 1/4 of a mask, which is the heart pieces in this game. And so combining that with what you can get from Sly and some other stuff, you can end up getting 1 extra health by the end of Forgotten Crossroads, but you have to know exactly... Oh, you know what? I know where the other grub is. Hold on, let me go get it. You can get that extra little boost if you're, well acquainted with the game, which I think is kind of cool that they put enough rewards in. First of all, it's nice because it means that there's enough grubs around that you probably... Yeah, it's going to be in here. That you probably will get at least 1. You'll get an opportunity to get at least 1, and that's really nice. Yeah, I don't think I got this one over here. I did not. I know how to get it. You just need to... Team Cherry put this in intentionally. Any area with these mosquito fly things in the beginning is sort of a hint. Come on, man. Sort of a hint that you can use them to pogo off of and get to secrets a little bit more easily. Rude. Rude. Okay, here we go. Oh, fucked it up. It's okay. Let's reposition them over there real quick. Come on. There we go. Got it. Cool. So now I've got the last one, and so there was one piece of mask I didn't get because it requires a slightly more complex use of one of those flies. You have to sneak it past like 3 gorms to pogo off it to get to an area that has a bunch of gorms. It's in, well, it's kind of hard. Actually, no, hold on, I got the cursor, I can do it. I can't, I don't really have a cursor to use right now, but it's in the room. Which fucking room is it? It's in one of those long rooms on, I think it's in, no, it's one of the, no, it's not one of the long rooms on the bottom. Yes, it is. It's, I believe it's the long room on the bottom just below the spa, which is a little, well, none of that's helpful. It's okay. There's a room in here, and there's a fly, and you can use some gorms, and you can be a cool guy. And that rhymed. Check out my new SoundCloud. Hip hop over Hollow Knight. .jpeg.mp3. Talk to Sly here.
Ah, hello, I knew we'd meet again. How do you like my cozy little store? I've made myself pretty comfortable here, selling old trinkets to travelers like yourself. If you're planning a trip below, I've several items that may improve your chance of survival.
Hatamas Geo. So yeah, so I'll pick up a master shard just for funsies. So this is the, oh, this will be, this is the second now. When I go turn in the grub, that'll be the third. I don't need the key, which is why I didn't get it. I guess I could. I guess I probably should have just saved the money for that. But actually, no. No, I don't need Gathering Swarm. I don't really need any of these charms, but I like collecting all the charms because you like having all this stuff, you know? It's good. So I'm going to get... Oh, I guess I can also get this one, too. Yeah, I'll do that. And then I don't have enough for the compass anymore. But this means now that I'll get an extra mask when I turn in the last grub. And then I'll go on a green path, and then we'll keep going. Let's see. Well, yeah, we're only 15 minutes, roughly 15 minutes in, which is nice. I can go pretty quickly through this game. I really don't, from a, like, what I need to beat the game standpoint, don't need to get any of this extra stuff. But I fucking love this game, man. I love this game, man. I do. Hooray! Gotti. I love the little sparkles and flashes and details. They reuse quite a bit of the like sort of the polish effects across various things. Like getting the new mask is the same flash that shows up when you do a heal on yourself. The Pilgrim's Way. Travelers of Hollownest, descend through verdant wilds and fungal groves to the city at this kingdom's heart. There all wishes shall be granted, all truths revealed. So it's fun. Like I didn't realize that in my first playthrough, but it's actually telling you you're going to go through Green Path, then you're going to go through Fungal Groves, and then you're going to end up in City of Tears. It's this idiot. Check this out. Nailed it. I saved that one dude. I was waiting for the one dude to pop out so I could get all of them in a row. Wah! Also, I like that. Nice. Let me do that again just to show you. They made the jump such that you'll make the blind jump here, and it won't drop you in the acid. If you stop falling, it will. If you just keep holding left, you'll land on the platform there safely. So they kind of made it so that if you tried to make that unreachable jump, that you would be safe. Which is subtle little details like that that are in support of the player, and I'm always like those. If you play a platformer and you feel like I just don't know where the platforms are supposed to be, or it just doesn't feel good, it's those details that are lacking. Love all the little dudes. Now the stuff that flies off when you hit things is little plants and not. Also, you're kicking up little plant dust when you jump and when you walk. It does a lot to add a lot of environment to a lot of sense to the environment. All the stuff. You know, like hanging from the ceiling. Some of it like sways when you go by, or like when you jump through it. These guys, they're big old gross clouds. Yeah, for the most part, this place is actually pretty safe. There's a lot of acid around. They've already taught you that it's no good. And I mean, like, seriously, green liquid and gas that is bubbling and sizzling, probably not a good place to step your feet. Nice. I didn't even hit the guy there. That was just me getting the knockback from the wall. I don't need to fight him. I got nothing to prove. He knows I'm tough. Little things like being able to drop off of ledges onto the next platform without having to, like, explicitly jump off of it is really good. Ooh. So you may have noticed I'm not using... Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't actually get the compass yet. I believe I have enough if I go back. Okay, so next time I get to... I don't have the map in this area yet. Next time I get to the Stagway, which is sort of towards the end of Green Path, I'll take a trip back. Take a stroll down memory lane. Bong. You know, hold on. I want to make a comment on something. So I was just going to say I'm going to head back to Dirtmouth and then go get the compass for people to be able to follow a little bit easier. I made a comment when I was playing Ori that I didn't like walls that are, like, just fake walls. Or, sorry, that you just walk into and they open up that way. I didn't think Hollow Knight did that, but it actually does a decent amount. I think it's probably just about the way that these are read, is that you jump up here and there was, like, very clearly, like, a shade there, and it just seemed like somewhere you could walk into, you know? Instead of trying to put it somewhere that was, like, I don't know. It always felt better to me in this game than it did in Ori 2. Gotta get the kills on those dudes for my Hunter's Journal later. I love this room, though. It's all quiet. It's all settled down because there's a bench in here. Little secret thing up here, too. Even in safe rooms, there's little secrets to find. They spray the money everywhere to, like, sort of make it exciting. You go chase it down. You're like, give me all the money. Look at how much texture there is on everything. Look at the background move. You got the waterfall back there. You got several layers of this stuff. I just noticed that it doesn't start blurring until... You can see, like, the specific cutoff where background layers start blurring. But the immediate background is all pretty good. But yeah, look at this. You've got, like, just all this overgrown stuff around. So many plants. And then you've got this huge... The camera snapping like this, where... Because normally what happens is the camera moves up and down with your character. I'm actually kind of curious. How does it... Is it... I guess it is kind of a... There's sort of a gradual... Like, it kind of... It doesn't just snap up with the character. I mean, it does. It follows the character well, but it doesn't feel like a snappy movement. It feels like just a quick but smooth one. But I like how the camera snaps up here to get sort of this vista shot of the background. Like when you're on the side here, it unhooks so that you can see the platforms to jump down. Same thing with this side over here. But then when you're up here in the center, it glides upwards so that you can see all the space up there really well, which I love. And I love all the waterfalls in the back. Like, can you imagine being in a garden with, like, this much space, these many waterfalls in it? You can see that the actual waterfall animation is the same animation for all three. The one over there, the one over there, sorry, and the one up there are all the same waterfall animation. But that's only a detail you notice when you're, like, really looking for it. Otherwise, it just feels like... I think even the one right there behind the swing. But they're all just... Oh, man. And then, like, all these hanging plants. Again, all they've really done is they've created a set of doodads that they've, like, stamped... They've painted the area with by just sort of stamping them in place at the different layers. So the foreground layers are always dark. They're always black. The background layers are always blurry. And then there's sort of just like a lighting, like things that are, well, I guess they have probably lighting effects in certain areas as well, but I don't know if they do it at the layer level as well. But God, I just love this. This is so good. I bet it was so much fun to design and paint these levels. Because like from a platforming perspective, you know, the rooms are really nothing crazy. They have these tiny little platforms. This is probably like the smallest size that platforms get. They're never one knight wide. They're always at least 2 knights wide, 2 tiles wide. But they tend to be a little bit more like this, like a 3 tile wide, and stuff like that. And they're just, you know, little rectangles. But they paint so much stuff all over everything that it's just, oh, it's so rich. Every room in this game is a painting, and I love that. It must have taken forever to do all this, but I bet it felt so good. And I'm betting they had some kind of like style guide that they set up too for like, oh, it's Hornet. for like, not just these are the obviously the doodads you're going to be using to paint the area with, but like the backgrounds in this area will feature, you know, like these kinds of things, like tend to, you know, prefer putting things on these layers, these types of things on these layers. Though then again, since it was just it was what, Ari Gibson, God, I can never remember the other guy's name. I need to look it up because I'm going to be like raving about their game so much. Or let me just look up Team Cherry. I need to make sure that I give both of these guys proper credit. I think Ari Gibson does the art. Yeah, Ari Gibson, William Pellin. I knew it was Pellin. Okay, Jack Vine also is part of the team. I don't remember if Jack Vine did he do later stuff? Let's see. Being instrumental in the development of its huge final. Okay, so Jack was sort of a later addition, I think. Probably, you know, friends with them leading up to this. But yeah, Ari Gibson and Ari Gibson doing the art, I believe, and then William Pellin doing the. Actually, I'm sure they both did all parts, but whichever one of them did the art. If he made any kind of style guides for himself, you know, like I'm sure there was like these are the sort of core concepts of the space that we want to map out. By the way, I kind of like that this area here is you're almost sort of drawn into. You're either like I'm gonna go into the safe path or I'm gonna figure out down here, and you have this little platforming thing that really just loops you back. There's just like a big dangerous area. And just loops you back into this. So like going the top path is, you know, unequivocally the safer choice. Oh yeah, that's a fun little detail. The place where that guy was located specifically on the vine, so that you go to swing at him, and then you end up hitting this thing by accident and knocking it down and being like, oh, and seeing the relationship between them. The fact that it kind of, there's a little bit of a spring to it, so that when you jump on it, you can see that it's loose is kind of cool. And you're like, what do I do? What do I do? And you're like, oh shit, I got it. You know, like that experimentation is really helpful for it. Oh, and then this just like is so, to old school gamers, you're like, can I squish this guy? Like you start asking questions about like oh, you could totally do it. Also the fact that you can, so I didn't do it there. Yeah, that's a perfect opportunity. But like right here, yeah, you can knock those guys the other direction. You just swing it back around when you do that. Oh, I should have kept one of them because I could get. If I kept the one guy, I could have pogoed off him and gotten up to here. It's okay. I'm trying to remember how I did his voice. Isn't this a contrast from the crossroads? Such a humid, lively place. The roads twist and turn in the most wonderful ways. I've done my best to chart the area ahead, though I must admit some of the area's inhabitants proved quite a nuisance. Yeah. I ran into another traveler as I made my way down here. I tried to call out to her as she dashed past, but she barely even glanced in my direction. Not an appreciator of maps like you and I, obviously. I'm gonna end up doing like 14 different voices for each character over the course of this, because I just won't remember what I did. Oh, come on, you want this. Yeah, girl, you want this. Oh, so sad. You can get both of the guys with this. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a kill on them, because then I can get the Geo. Yeah. I love the use of these things like teeth. It definitely, like, I remember when my wife was playing through this, she first saw this room and she's like, oh, I don't like this. This seems dangerous. Like, they did such a good job of telling that story of like, this is something in here is like, it's a very instinctual response. Brr. I think she actually saw this and she just ran away. And then she's like, wait, it's not attacking me.
Tiny squib, you approach fearless. Are you a hunter like me? Do you feel the urge inside? To stalk, to kill, to understand? Then take it, my journal. It will aid you. At first the text may seem difficult to discern, but a learned hunter will come to understand its words. Venture the depths of this land and slay its beasts. Prove yourself worthy to bear the mark of hunter.
Oh, thanks. Got Hunter's Journal. Because you always got to have a little bit of flavor. You gotta be able to know what the enemies are called.
Little Squib, you may have overcome a few creatures, but you are only just beginning. Don't delay. Descend into the belly of this world and hunt down the life you find.
That voice is not as bad on my throat as it would initially sound. God, who's the one who had the one that was really tough to do in my voice? There was one of them that was really rough. Hoppa. Yeah. Yeah. One grubman, please. I forgot I had the fireball is really helpful for just knocking dudes out really quickly. Especially these little guys. Is that a yeah, it is. Okay, cool. It's a soul totem. That's what these are called. Grab a little bit extra soul here. Oh, there she goes. I think those guys are called obels. Right? Let's take a look real quick. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm not... This is like... I'm not paused or anything. Aren't I supposed to be paused when I'm on this menu? Oh, wait, I'm not? Oh, you're really not. I totally forgot about that. They are called obels. He's got a butthole. Or I guess she's got a butthole, since brooding would mean, like, bong. They're laying eggs.
Those who stray from the White King's road shall face the law of Un.
Dun, dun. So this land is owned by Un. It's owned by Un. So if you go, you can go down to start with here and go all the way into Fog Canyon before you hit Queen Station, and like then you're at sort of a dead end because you need the dash. But I will not be doing that for obvious reasons. Hmm. I love this little detail. You're like, oh, I'm gonna go get this thing, and it's like, ah, shit, it's trying to snap at me. These were fun little, the Venus flytraps that were well placed in these areas. I thought that was a really fun enemy. I remember the first time I played, I got a couple of times by those. I had to laugh because they were just so masterfully placed. Oh yeah, and then because you can't go the up path, you're forced to go down the bottom path here and find those guys. I'll try not to destroy the next one so quickly, so I can kind of show off, you know, what they look like. They're pretty fun. Ooh, that's right, I can't go up there. You need the dash to go to the top path from both sides. Yeah, the little thing here, just sort of like, it's a little hovel for a guy, and it, you know, hints that maybe there's a secret down here, but it's just, you know, just another alternate path, or another thing. See, they're just like these big grass guys. But the easy way to kill them is you slash to get rid of the grass, and then you blast them with a, whatever the spirit thing is called again. Get back here, Hornet. This is a very helpful way to get the player to go through, you know, the correct path. Like, they also have it drawn up on the map here. I'm literally following the areas of the map. Sorry, again, I don't have the compass on me. I'll have it in the next 5 minutes or so. Yeah. But yeah, so they have the map, and they're also following Hornet. So it's very common in Metroidvanias to do a linear experience for the first couple of areas, because they need to get you acquainted with the world, and they need to get you acquainted with the abilities that you have. It's not super good. Like, even Dark Souls has the Undead Asylum as a tutorial area. Like, it's no good to stick the player into a completely open world to start with and be like, just go. From a design standpoint, if you want them to really get into, if you have like a finely polished world. It's another thing if you have like a Fallout or something, or like a Skyrim. Even Skyrim has every one of the Elder Scrolls games has a tutorial area still that you have to go through. So it's not like you can totally avoid those. Yep, see? I just literally mapped out all the things that were already on the map. So even in open world games, you still need that, and the same goes for a well-done Metroidvania. In fact, I remember reading an article a long time ago about how Super Metroid is actually set up in 3 acts. The first act lasts until is extremely linear. It's basically a straight line twisting through all the areas until you, well, kind of. You have to curve around to go get like the high jump boots and go to Kraid and stuff. And that's there. Okay, I thought there might be a fly trap in here. I forgot. But once you get back up to Criteria again, and the music has changed in that area, that's when the second act begins, where you can go back and you can start getting items that you missed on your first pass that you like couldn't get to yet, all kinds of stuff like that. And then the third act is, I think once you get the gravity suit and you, no, I would say it's when you cross the threshold to go fight Ridley and Ridley's in Lower Norfair, because that's the point where you have like basically all the power-ups, and you're sort of like, all right, I'm doing my mission, I'm on my way, because you've really opened everything up. So they have, this is a fun little detail. You see in the foreground, and there's the shadow of the butterfly, and the butterfly is the symbol of the lifeblood. So they have a visual indicator. They don't have a color indicator because that might be a little bit too strong, but they do have a visual indicator if you've caught this. And maybe it's working in the back of your head that like, I want to pay attention to this, and maybe you notice the cracks in the wall too.
The greater mind once dreamed of leaf and cast these caverns so. In every bush and every vine, the mind of Un reveals itself to us.
So so like whether or not you've picked that up consciously, they put a little thing there to sort of signal to it. So this is a dead end, but it's here to kind of get you to whet your palate of like, I want to go to this room. Like, oh, I want to get up there. Like, you just barely can't get up there. You know that thing will help you get down. You know it's gonna be a shortcut. And if you have the compass, you'll see I'm in not the room with like the 3 stones in it, but I'm in the big room just to the right of it. So it's like, I'm supposed to go here, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I can't go here. And you're like, okay, well, there's another path, so I guess I'm gonna have to go around the long way. Oops, nice. I got full soul, though, and I got a bunch of extra health, and these guys are not hard anyways, so. 1, 2, oops, cool, I didn't know I was facing the wrong way, but. Whoop. So this is a mechanic I haven't really been engaging a lot, but if you time the attack right, you can, not gonna see it there, if you time the attack right, you can actually parry their attacks, so you do like a sword clash. I would not rely on it, like I never bothered to get good at it, because you have to do it on the frame that it's happening, and most of the time you're better off just dodging anyways. So, it wasn't here. There was another area where you can like hear a waterfall when you're like up against the wall. Like they give you a sound cue that there's a secret there, that's just wonderful. This game relies on a lot of sound cues because I'm talking, you're not going to catch a lot of. Oh, this is very, very clever too. The color, the shading or whatever, like changes from green, it transitions to blue as you get into an area that's just like Forgotten Crossroads again. And it's like, oh, all the enemies are the same again. You're like, oh, okay. If I go this way, I can get. Oh no, I don't have the dash yet, so I cannot get the Baldur's shell. So I'll come back for that later. But I will. Oh, will I save this idiot here? Oh, you poor bastard. You dumb piece of shit. Sorry, bud. Dunzo. Wow, they didn't even get a chance to charge at me or anything. Bye. It's the Gruesefly King, I think. You alright? You alright there, bud?
Nah, just what do you think you're doing? You dare to come between me and my prey? Is it a habit of yours to scurry about, getting in the way and causing bother? Know this, cur. I am Zot the Mighty, a knight of great renown. Cross me again and you'll find out why they call my weapon Life Ender. What are you still bothering me for? I'm a knight. I'm not interested in your childish games. I need my rest. Okay, little baby. Begone, lest I draw my nail.
Fucking love Zote. The comic relief. Actually, one of 2 comic relief characters. The other one's Tiso. Well, sort of. Actually, no. Tiso's not directly a comic relief character, but he ends up being one in a couple ways. Oh, did not have the juice. I gotta get him on the second pass. Yeah. Or let's see, is it 3 hits or 2 hits? Or is it his health resets? Nope, it's 3 hits. Okay. So yeah, the fireball to begin with does 3 hits worth of damage, which is why just doing 1 fireball takes them out. Bong.
The green children walked from the dream unto these lands. Here we now shall wait, patient for the call to return.
Everything in the kingdom is not dead so much as dormant. Uh-oh, I'm getting a phone call. I can't do it right now, though. I can't do it. It's my mom. My mom is calling. My mommy's calling me. So you can see that there's those guys down there, but there's a buttload of cash. And, yeah. No, actually, I was thinking about this room before I started playing. I want to talk about this room. I love this room because it's got, like... It's basically, like, got 4 quadrants in it and, like, 4 different encounters. Actually, it's got more than that. These guys are really easy if you just... You goad and attack from them, and then you... I'll just do that. Go and attack, and then you go over the top. Because once they're locked up in their swing animation, they can't do anything else. Those guys are very tough on your first playthrough because you are not very you're not very familiar with like kind of how to be aggressive with the character yet, and like when it's good to do openings. I remember getting like, I think I got my shit kicked in the first time. I remember like finding this game to be like a very good, appropriate challenge when I first played through it. I know that especially the boss I'm about to get up to is either like a breaking point for some folks, or it's like the moment where they start getting, you kind of have to get good to get past it. So yeah, so there's like 4 quadrants. There's that grub over there. There's also the thing in the top right. So there's like a little path along the top to fight a couple of the moss chargers. You got this big encounter here with a big reward for it. And then down here on the right, you have this shortcut that you were after before. So now you can get back into this room more easily. And then it's either if you go along the top here. Yeah, it's right here. There's another one of the moss chargers. So there's 3 moss chargers in the room. And then 3 of the moss knights, they might be called. So there's just a lot of different big encounters in this area, and then 1 little dude. So as promised, I'm going to go back and get the compass to make it a little bit easier to read the map. But first, I didn't actually know about this breakable wall my first couple of playthroughs. Oh yeah, and then it's got that shit to get a jump on you. So this might be the first relic you end up getting. Bye. So yeah, I'll rest here so I can save my progress. Open up the Stagway. Yeah, I'll pay any amount of money for Stagway. It doesn't bother me. Bing bong. And I could. Oh, it was the stag's voice. That was the one that was really tough for me to do. It hurt my throat. Hurt my feelings. Oh, I love, oh, let me step on this again. The mechanisms turning in the background there, showing like the whole machine, and even like the weight, moving down the counterweight to move down. Like, seriously, come on. Fucking Ari and William, you guys are perfect. Thank you so much. Like, I have to give you just full recognition. Something as simple as an elevator like that. There's the wheels turning on the bottom of it, there's the wheels turning in the background, and there's the counterweight. You didn't have to do any of this, but you did, and you made a great game because you thought about these little details. You made everything alive. Wonderful. Fucking wonderful. Ah, man, just perfect. Okay, so I need to go buy the map thing. The compass. And now Zoda's hanging around here. Bafanada. And yeah, I don't actually need any of these. So let's see, this costs about a 700 geo investment if I want to dump into getting those things just for funsies. You know, I'll do that because I want to be able to talk about the map and I want to be able to talk about the features on it to you, the viewer. So I'll pick up the bench pin so I can be like that bench over there. I'll pick up the Stagway pin so I can talk about that. Because I don't really need the other parts as much. Tell you what, I'll pick up the cocoon pin even though there's not as many of those. And there's almost no hot springs, so I'm just going to do the vendor pin for now. So, yeah, I'm going to do that so I can I can point to things. So now when I look at the map, I can be like, yeah, there we go. So like, I can be like, okay, I'm going to the Stagway over there, or where there's that one middle bench, or like there's the lifeblood up there. Like, so just for all yours benefit, I could play this entire game without buying a single map from Corner 4 if I had to. But that wouldn't make for entertainment, so. And plus, I really do like being able to talk about the features of this game. Oh, this symbol, the symbol of the king, of the white king in the background. You see that consistently all over the place. The 3 prongs and the little bug with 6 wings. That is a common motif you will see visually. See, there it is up again, up there. Wing path. Ding dong. Guess I'll sit down here again. Oh yeah, the flash that shows up around the character is the same flash you see when you use a heal, because you are actually getting healed for it. Blong. Also, the symbol, the save symbol in the bottom right is the symbol of the White King as well. Love the little floaty doodads. The little green sparkles that pop in and out. The dust motes, I guess you would call them. I'm gonna kill a couple of the big guys real quick, just to get some extra geos so I get the last pin. Oops. I was scratching my head, and when I put my hand back on the controller, I accidentally mashed the start button trying to hit slash at this guy. One more. I'll save my my soul for the Moss Knights. I say as I heal myself. Clearly, one part of my head, one part of my brain, and a different part of my brain had very different ideas about what we were doing next. That's okay. Yeah, while these guys are spitting, you can just wail on them. And then the rest of the... Oh, hold on, let's get out of the way there. Do one of those. Yeah, there we go. Got him. Yeah, they only take, what, the 3 fireballs and then the 1 slash. Okay, so that's enough. That's enough. He has had enough. Yeah. Malema. That's one thing I'm considering whether or not I want to have in my game. I mean, I absolutely do want to have it in my game, but whether or not it makes sense to put like those kinds of voices in for some of the characters.
Come no closer, ghost. I've seen you creeping through the undergrowth, stalking me. This old kingdom, a terrible thing awakens. I can smell it in the air. I know what you are. I know what you tried to do. I can't allow it.
So yeah, this is the boss fight that just fucks everybody up the first time. I remember I probably took me like 4 or 5 tries to get her on the first go, because I was not, you know, like, I hadn't played this game for 150 hours, you know. But like once you know her patterns, she is a fairly straightforward fight. You can be really aggressive on her. Yeah, because like she doesn't just, like, she gives you a really good heads up when she's going to do the charge, and otherwise it's not like she'll just run into you if you're keeping distance on your melee attacks. There we go. Did I even take a hit? Now we get the cloak, which is the first movement ability you get, and really begins to where you start to establish the game feel. Because boom. Would it seek to break the seals? They cannot be undone.
They must be undone. Let us sleep, little shadow. Return to your darkness.
Allow us our peace.
I don't know which voice is for which one, so good luck me trying to remember which one's Manamon and which one's Hera and which one's... God, what's the last one? Manoman? Manamon? Manoman? Manomon? Dash, yeah. Huzzah! So, in my game, you start with the dash because it's one of the 4 basic abilities. And that'll be a good time. I played, I'm sure I mentioned this in other videos, but I played a lot of Dust Force, which is a sort of speedrunning challenge platformer. You play a ninja janitor. Yeah, like that this guy looks like, hey, maybe this guy's friendly, and he's just sort of like, you know, out there looking at stuff. But he is not friendly. Map updated. Oh, hello there.
Seems we both tread far from the path. I can hardly believe those dusty old highways led to such a lush and lively place. This building suggests some form of worship, though its idol has clearly been long forgotten. Doubles equally well for a moment's respite.
Or is it respite?
I saw a strange fellow out there. He seemed quite taken by the lake. I'd planned to offer greetings, though I'd figure I'd first tend to my nail on chance our meeting goes poorly. Your nail looks a fine instrument, but it's showing signs of wear. I'd wager up there it would take you far. Down here, however, I suspect you'll soon meet dangers the surface world can't match. Hollowness is perfect for vigilant explorers like us. So tense and thrilling. In this place, you're either alert or you're dead.
Coral's kind of the, he's kind of got a Solaire feel to him a little bit. You encounter him at sort of the same spaces. He's got a sense of wonder about the world. Like Solaire is his own dude. Here, I'm just gonna go ahead and fucking get a jump on this guy, and then I want to drag him back so I can get all the geo he drops. Oh, I love that the music picks up. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, I didn't let that guy. Oh, he curls his little legs. Look at that. He curls his little arms and legs. Oh, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Rub his belly. Oh, he's a good boy. But yeah, Coral, he's got like a sense of wonder about the place. I mean, I guess Cornford does too. And that was a key component of Solaire, is that in such a dark and dreary world, he was a very positive character. And one of the things that I think this game really benefits from is that basically all the characters are, largely positive. Hornet, obviously not for her own reasons. But like, Elderbug is very friendly and, very congenial with you. Zelda is kind of just happy that somebody's around. Coral's very taken with the wonder of everything. Cornifer loves the, he loves mapping stuff out. He's just having such a great time exploring. Even the stag, the old stag is like, he's sort of enlivened by having all the places opened up again. But like I said, the world's not dead in Hollowness is not dead, it's dormant. Which is a really good way for a Metroidvania world to be. It's kind of got this, it makes it have this sort of ancient ruins feel, but ancient ruins are dead. They're empty, and maybe there's just like, rats and pests just hanging around. But in a dormant world, anything that has energy brings it back to life, and it makes the player feel like, that they, at least in Hollowness here, they're getting a glimpse of what the return to life looks like, or sort of what the natural order that's still around is doing to bring it up. Yeah, if you go the left path here, if you go the narrow path, then you get some extra geo for your troubles. Whoa! Go ahead and we stop blasting. I forget I have the dash because I just you spend the first couple hours without really having it. So, this is something I talked about in Axiom Verge, but the reason I actually want to fight guys in this game is because they give me geo. They're giving me a mechanical incentive to engage enemies, and oh that one got me. Oh wait, hold on. Yes, no, this one I think got me the first time I played. And then there's another one. Yeah, because I got hit with that one. I was like, ah, fuck. And then I went to get this. I got with that one. I was like, motherfucker. That one was my fault. I should have been ready for it, Yeah, like, so you want to incentivize players to play your video game. So you want them to be incentivized to engage in combat with the creatures in the world. If the game has combat in it, if they feel like they just want to skip everything, then that's no good. From moss and leaf our life is drawn. While it grows upon the path, we shall never wilt. Yeah, so, this game does it with currency. Oh, this is good. You're like, oh, I don't want to jump through that, but it's actually safe on the lower end. It just, gives an impression of danger. Yes, a lot of just not good stuff to put your body on. I'm going this way because there is a... Oh, did I buy the... Fuck, I bought the compass and I forgot to equip it. I'm so sorry. I'll go to that. Hold on. This is why I need the map. or this is why I got the pins. I'm gonna go up to this bench right here and put it on real quick. Should have put that on. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, let's get the compass on for everybody's benefit. There we go. Now you can see my little, and I love how it does little walking animations. Look at that. It's got the little glow too, so you can spot it really easy. But then it's also trotting up and down as you're moving. God, it's stuff like that that's so good. The fact that the game doesn't pause when you're in any of the menus, I think is a really good choice. It started in Dark Souls, and that was mostly because that's a kind of technically always online game, and they obviously can't pause multiplayer. But it's also it serves the purpose of forcing you to stay vigilant in the world. And in this game, it's a little bit more about the vigilance aspect, but also just about keeping you engaged in the space. Like when you're looking at the map, it's sort of selling the fantasy of like you're actually looking at the map. The less the menu is a separate, distinct place. Yeah, it's a fun little challenge. I love these little challenge rooms they have where it's like use your basic skills here to just overcome a basic, like a simple platforming challenge. So like for novice players, this is a really great test of their skills. Huzzah! And you get a reward for it. You get a pretty decent reward too. Thorns of Agony is a very good starter charm. It does like 1.5 your nail damage as a counterattack to a pretty wide area too. So you can get hit by one guy and end up killing like 3 guys with it. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get this map up here too. So let's see, how much time do we have? Yeah, okay. Tell you what, I got this. Oh, there's more stuff I want to get though. I got the dash. It's okay because I can get back here from other angles too. I'm gonna go to the Queen Station. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Queen Station, and that'll be where we call it. I was considering whether or not I wanted to continue to do hour-long episodes or split this into 30-minute episodes, but ultimately I think that Metroidvanias are better served as slightly longer form because they're fairly big. Like if you do 15-minute episodes, you're sort of like crawling. You get to do like just a couple of rooms at a time. If it's your first time through, you're kind of working through stuff. I just realized I could have just. Oh well, yeah, no, okay. I was thinking about it. I could have come to this place instead to put the map on, but oh yeah, these guys are fun. Yeah, they hide out when you try and go jump up at them. Also, you can't reach them with your normal jump attack, so you have to try and swing that thing back at them. And these little guys hiding out here. There's like a little tent that's all, torn and tattered. And yeah. Plus, I'm not really trying to optimize the whole YouTube algorithm thing. Not worried about that. So this is just what it. Oh, that's right. This area, it gets super dark, and you need the Lumify. You're supposed to have the Lumify lantern. I actually did that area my first time through, just completely in the dark, just sort of like feeling across it and just kind of guessing as I went, and I made it through. See, this is where you fight the giant moss, the giant moss guy. You can skip him by going over the top, but it's way more fun to actually do the fight. So I'm gonna do the fight. Brrr. Little mini boss here. Woohoo! Oh yeah, if you do it like that, it chases him and it does like a bunch of 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it hit him 3 times. So it did 45 damage every time I hit him with one of those things. Very effective if hit properly. And there's all the little dudes. I don't think you can actually kill them though. A little guy down here. This is, I believe, a dead end from a what I can do with it standpoint. But I love that there's so much stuff in Green Path that you can kind of just... Let's see. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about the up path yet. I guess I probably should. Because there's enough stuff here going on. I saw the geocaches down there, don't worry. There's enough stuff going on that I shouldn't, if I want to call the episode in a second, I don't want to get too sidetracked. So I think Fog Canyon's also not... Whoop. Oh, perfect. I threaded the needle there. That's, by the way, that's a lesson I've learned over playing platformers. If you are falling and you don't know where you're gonna land, don't try and flub it. Like, don't flail around and like try and land on a platform by like tweaking, like making adjustments. Just fall straight down, because if you're gonna fall in acid or whatever, you're gonna land in acid. But if there was actually a platform below you, you are now removing your chances of landing on that platform. So if you don't know what's below you and you move, every movement you make is just another opportunity to not land on a platform. But the one choice you make in the very beginning could be a platform, or it couldn't be. I almost want to say there's like a Monty Hall problem feel to this, except that one's changing, so you don't get the goat. Whatever. Anyways, so this is Let's Rave Hollow Knight. I will do another episode. I'm gonna keep doing this because I'm enjoying playing it and I like picking up the little details from it. But for now, that's all you're getting. Bye. Goodbye.